Hello students, myself is Mrs. Smita Shashikant Deshmukh. I hope you all are very fine and you are doing all the studies. See, yesterday we started otherwise we can say we completed the parallel axis theorem. In that, some characteristics of that moment of inertia. We learned that radius of gyration, their physical significance, otherwise we can say the importance of that radius of gyration. Their assignment is also we learn. Next, for the dimensions are there and what is the important role in the MI of that radius of gyration. See, today we are going to start the new point, that is the theorem of a perpendicular axis, otherwise perpendicular axis theorem. Okay, see then first of all, this theorem, in that theorem we can understand perpendicular axis. In last theorem we learned about the parallel axis. So one of the diagram was present there, any object was present there, and in that object we are going to take here two parallel axes we show. One axis was passing through the center of that and other axis was present anywhere, no problem, you can take. So that we learn. Now in this case, that axis are perpendicular in that plane. So actually what is, see that this theorem is related to the laminar body. See, in that theorem we have to see, otherwise this theorem is applicable for the laminar body. Laminar body means what? Simple thing. If I want to give the example of that laminar body, it is a lift. Any object who having the two dimensions, otherwise two-dimensional object is called as a laminar body. Also we learned yesterday the moment of inertia of a uniform disc. In that disc, I showed you that it was a circular lamina. So disc is there, ring is there, a simple sheet of a paper. It is also the example of that laminar body. Now here what we have to learn in that perpendicular axis are there. I will show you how the structure of that axis are there. Then we will see. See here. If you are paying attention here, I have one of the paper sheet. Don't think about its shape. It is a sheet. See. It is one of the axes. This axis is not perpendicular to the plane, but this axis is present in the plane. ये axis है, ये plane को perpendicular नहीं है. ये जो axis है, ये plane में present है. अगर हम दूसरे के बारे में देखेंगे, यहाँ पे भी है, यहाँ पे एक और axis है. This axis is also in the plane. It is not perpendicular. We can revolve the body as like this. See, हम यहाँ पे ऐसे बॉडी को रिवॉल्व कर सकते हैं. It is rotating about this axis. Here also it is rotating about this axis. Here, because of fan it is going to run. पहले हम इसके बारे में देखेंगे. ये एक्सिस है, इसके लिए बॉडी रोटेट हो रही है यहाँ पे ऐसे. Body is going to rotate along this axis. Okay. Another is there. Body is going to rotate along this. So these two axes are present in the plane. I want to tell you these two axes are present in the plane. And if we are taking another perpendicular axis, now from here we can draw here one. It is a perpendicular axis. This axis is perpendicular to that plane. Now we have to see the theorem of that laminar body is related to that three axes. So here the body is able to rotate along this axis, body is able to rotate along this axis, body is able to rotate along this axis. This axis is a perpendicular axis. We know, and these two axes here which are present in the plane, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. And these all three axes, they are congruent at the point and the center O. That means they are having the same effect at that point. It is called as a Samavarti. Okay. So here we have to see the perpendicular axis theorem. In that perpendicular axis theorem, first we will see the statement. Here I want to explain the statement with the help of that diagram. Just here I am showing you the moment of inertia. Here Just I said, these two axes are inside the plane. This is a perpendicular. The moment of inertia of a laminar body about a perpendicular axis is equal to the moment of inertia of body about two mutually is equal to sum of moment of inertia of a body about two mutually perpendicular axes. That two axes are present in the plane. ये जो दो axes है वो plane में present है. And next is there that all axes they are concurrent at a point O. Center में जो है वो हमारा O point है. These all three axes are concurrent at a point O. Center is there. At the center this is a perpendicular axis. The remaining two are present in the plane. That two axes which are present in the plane, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Here we have to find out the sum of moment of inertia of a laminar body. Here we have to find out the moment of inertia of a laminar body about axis which is perpendicular to the plane is equal to the sum of moment is equal to sum of moment of inertia about mutually perpendicular axis, the two axes, and these two axes are present in the plane, and that all three axes are concurrent at a point O. See, this is a simple concept. As per that concept, if we are writing here the equation, Iz is equal to Rx plus Iy. Now Iz means a perpendicular axis. Here I will draw the diagram also, but I want to tell you Iz means a perpendicular axis of a laminar. Next Ix and Iy, what are they? Here Iz means moment of inertia of a laminar body about the perpendicular axis. Ix is a moment of inertia of a laminar body about x axis. Iy is moment of inertia of a laminar body about y-axis. So that two axes, they are present in the plane. They are mutually perpendicular to each other, and that Iz is a perpendicular to the plane. So here we are getting the value of that single one is equal to sum of that two. It is a perpendicular to the plane. That two are present at the plane. Now if we are drawing the diagram, consider a rigid laminar body. The angle of axis is passing through the point. Consider a rigid laminar body. That laminar body is able to rotate along three axes. Here we have to show the three axes are there. Perpendicular axis is Z. This axis is perpendicular to that plane, Z axis. From that, two mutually perpendicular axes are there. It is x axis, it is y axis, it is z axis. See, that two axes x and y, they are present in the plane. They are mutually perpendicular to each other, and that z axis is perpendicular to that plane. Okay. See then, consider a rigid laminar body which is able to rotate along the three axes. So that three axes are x axis, y axis, z axis. From that, z axis is perpendicular to plane, and remaining two x and y, they are in the plane, and they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now consider a small element O having the mass dm. It is situated at a point P. Here we are going to consider one point P. At that point, the laminar body's small element O having the mass dm, it is situated. Now we have to draw the perpendicular from point P along x-axis and along y-axis. यहाँ पे हमें दो perpendicular draw करने हैं from P. P is a point where the have to draw the two perpendicular from P along x-axis and along y-axis. So along x-axis it is m and along y-axis it is n respectively. Now here we can find out the distance. This distance is parallel to x-axis. Sorry, MP is parallel to y-axis. So it is a y. And here PM is a parallel to y-axis. So its distance in between two points is 1. Here that PN is a parallel to x-axis. So its distance is x. So here we can write PM is equal to y. Next PM is equal to x. Now this is O point. We can join this point. This is a perpendicular. Because already we told from P we are drawn the two perpendicular on x-axis, on y-axis. They meet x-axis at point M. They meet y-axis at point N. Okay. Now here the distance is R. Simple concept is there. X is a axis. Sorry, Z is an axis which is perpendicular to the plane. X and Y, they both are mutually perpendicular to each other and they are present in the plane. Now we draw perpendicular from a point P. At point P, the element who having the mass dm, it is situated. So we are getting all this thing. Now that we have to find the relation. That relation is given. Already we learned the statement. What is the statement? The moment of inertia of a laminar body about its perpendicular axis is equal to the moment of inertia of a body about two mutually perpendicular axes. These two axes are, see, I think somewhere wrong. The moment of inertia of a laminar body about the perpendicular axis is equal to sum of moment of inertia of a body about two axes, about two mutually perpendicular axes. That two axes are present in the plane and all the three axes, they are being congruent at the point O. They are giving the same effect at point O. Now here I Z, it is a moment of inertia of a body along z axis. Here Rx is moment of inertia of a body along x axis. And last one, Iy is equal to moment of inertia of a body along y axis. So by giving all information we can find out the values of Rx. What we will get here, the moment of inertia along x axis. Here we can write here Rx is equal to integration of Pm square into dm is equal to integration of, instead of Pm we can write y square into dm. We can write for moment of inertia along y axis. Iy is equal to integration of here Pn square into dm. We have the value of Pn. It is x is equal to integration of x square into dm. Okay. Similarly, here also we can find out the value of Iz, moment of inertia along the z axis. Here we are getting it is OP integration of PO square into dm is equal to PO square is equal to R square is equal to integration of R square into dm. Okay. Now these are the values. Now we have to see whatever statement is given as per the perpendicular axis theorem, it is true. That means that statement, its mathematical formula is written, we have to prove. ये जो statement हमें मिला है, by that statement we are getting the equation and that equation we have to prove. ये हमें यहाँ पे prove करना है. So we will do here writing that Rx plus Iy by putting these values, what is there? Okay, I will write here Rx plus Iy is equal to value of that integration of y square into dm plus value of Iy moment of inertia about y axis, which is integration of x square into dm. Then here we are taking the common term outside here y square plus x square bracket complete into dm. If you are paying attention properly in that diagram, so in that diagram it is we already said we are drawn the two perpendicular from point P along x axis and along y axis. The two perpendiculars are intersect at along x axis at point M and along y axis at point N respectively. So here we are getting right angle triangle, and from that using the Pythagoras theorem, here we are getting the one value r is equal to r square is equal to x square plus y square using the Pythagoras theorem. So here it is nothing but integration of r square into dm. This is the value of Rx plus Iy. The moment of inertia about x axis plus moment of inertia about y axis is equal to integration of y square into dm. If you are paying attention here already we took the values of Iz. So finally we are getting here Rx plus Iy is equal to Iz. See here that value is already written. So this is the proof of perpendicular axis theorem. Otherwise we can say the perpendicular axis theorem is proved. Very important thing is that perpendicular axis theorem is applicable only for laminar body. The body who having the two dimensions, in that case the perpendicular axis theorem is applicable. In other cases we can use the parallel axis theorem. As per the state board, they are going to ask you the question even for 2 marks, otherwise for 3 marks. Prove the perpendicular axis theorem. In that MCQs also they are going to ask, and for solving examples the formula is very important. So we completed the perpendicular axis theorem, otherwise theorem of a perpendicular axis. Maybe only they are asking write the theorem of a perpendicular axis theorem. Such question also they are going to ask. Example is there. Their proof they are going to ask, derive otherwise proof. And for solving MCQ, their formulas are important. Next point is their angular momentum. That angular momentum is denoted by here. When we learn the analogous quantity from translation motion and rotational motion, in that already we saw the angular momentum, just only the formula. We know in translation motion linear momentum is equal to P is equal to M into V. That we know. Here, if we want to write in vector form, that time P is equal to M into V. They both are vector quantity, M is constant. In that rotational motion, we know linear momentum is present in translation motion. It having the analogous quantity. It is an angular momentum. It is present in rotational motion. It is denoted by L. L is equal to R into P. If we are writing in the vector form, that time the notations are very important. See, when we want to write that here in the form of magnitude, what we will get? अगर हम इसी को मैग्नीट्यूड में लिखेंगे तो L is equal to R into P. There R into N into putting the value of R as it is value of M into D. So here this also we can write in the form of R1V sin theta. Here sin, here we can write RP sin theta, RP sin theta. Okay, here theta, when any particle is going to rotate, that time any particle is going to rotate, otherwise we know in a rotational motion the body is rotating about an axis passing through any point otherwise center. That time the body is going to rotate, but the particles of body, they are going to revolve in a circular motion. We know the particles are revolving in a circular motion. So we are finding, we know at every place from axis of rotation, here suppose first particle present, second particle, here last particles, that time we are showing such way. What is that? This is the direction of the velocity of particle. That particle is revolving along the circle and the whole body is rotating about an axis. We know that time. So here it is a perpendicular. It is a angle in between the radius vector and direction of the velocity. When it is a sin theta, that time when it is a 90 degree, theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, L is equal to R into P. In that equation also, we can put the value of that P. It will be R M V. We are getting R is the position vector. Here, V is the velocity of that particle and M is the mass of that particle. Here, again in that we can put the value of omega also. No problem for that. That also it is going to increase. What is the value of that? R into M. The value of V, R into omega. Finally we will get M R square into omega. Okay. So this is a linear momentum. So if we want to find out its SI unit, what is the SI unit of that? SI unit of linear momentum. Angular momentum. SI unit of angular unit. Short. Yeah. What is the SI unit? kg meter square per second. This angular momentum having another name also. It is called as moment of a linear momentum. इसको एक और शब्द से बुलाया जाता है, वो है मोमेंट ऑफ लीनियर मोमेंटम. It is called as moment of linear momentum. If we want to find, already we found the SI unit, then we can find its dimensions. Its dimensions are here L raised to 2, M raised to 1, T raised to minus 1. See there, these formulas are important for solving the examples. It is easy in that any conceptual level MCQ they are going to ask, but it's very important. Why this is there? That theta means which angle. When we are solving the MCQ, that time we should know the details of that point. Okay. Next, we are going to find the expression for angular momentum of rotating body in terms of moment of inertia. Our next point is expression for angular momentum of rotating body यही जो टाइटल है हम दूसरे वर्ड में भी लिख सकते हैं। एज पर न्यू टेक्स्ट बुक उसमें ऐसे दिया है, द एक्सप्रेशन फॉर एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ रोटेटिंग बॉडी इन टर्म्स ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया। लास्ट में हमें जो एक्सप्रेशन मिलने वाला है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं मोमेंट इनर्शिया इन हुआ है, तो ये आगे भी बढ़ सकता है। एक्सप्रेशन फॉर एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ रोटेटिंग बॉडी इन टर्म्स ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया। आप चाहे तो भी लिख सकते हैं, अगर नहीं भी लिखेंगे तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। नेक्स्ट आई विल गोइंग टू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम फर्स्ट। See, simple diagram is there. In the diagram, now directly I am shown the values of L1, L2, Ln. I think instead of L1, L2, it should be T1 because we have to find out linear angular momentum. If angular momentum we have to find, that means there should be linear momentum is presented. Okay, consider rotating rigid body. Consider a rigid body rotating about an axis. Consider a rigid body rotating about an axis. The axis is passing through the point O. The body is performing circular rotational motion. The body is going to perform the rotational motion with an angular speed omega. That it is an angular speed. It is constant. We know here we show the particle. The body consists of the particles having the masses m1, m2 up to mn. That masses are situated at a distance r1, r2, rn respectively. Masses of particle at a perpendicular distance from axis of rotation r1, r2, rn respectively. We know when any body is perform rotational motion, that means the particles of body, they are also revolving in a circle. The center of such circles are present on the axis of the rotation. That axis of rotation is a vertical line, it is a perpendicular to the plane, and it is a fixed. That means a body is rotating, the particle of that body having the different linear speed. Let me write first the linear speed of first v1 is linear velocity of particle who having mass m1. तो सबसे पहले हम v1 के लिए v1 it is the velocity of a linear velocity of a first particle, इसकी वैल्यू हम निकालेंगे. उसके बाद similarly we can show the values of other. So यहाँ पे r1 omega is constant. अगर हमने यहाँ पे linear velocity निकाल दिए, next we have to find out the magnitude of linear momentum. हमें मालूम है what is the magnitude formula क्या है. We know linear momentum, magnitude of linear momentum P is equal to m into e. ये हमारा फार्मूला. अगर यही फार्मूला हम v1 के फर्स्ट पार्टिकल के लिए अप्लाई करेंगे तो हमें क्या मिलेगा, p1 is equal to m1 v1। इसके अगर हम यहाँ पे वैल्यू v1 पुट अप करेंगे तो m1 r1 ओमेगा, ये मिल गई हमें पहले पार्टिकल की लीनियर मोमेंटम। हमें फाइंड आउट करना है एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ ए रोटेटिंग बॉडी, अदरवाइज वी कैन से वी हैव टू फाइंड टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम ऑफ ए रोटेशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया। अगर टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम निकालना है इसका मतलब इनिशियल angular momentum we have to find first, then we have to add, then finally we will get the angular momentum of a rotating body. We know L is equal to R into P. Angular momentum is defined, angular momentum of a rotating body is defined as a product of position vector and linear momentum. या अभी हमने इसके पहले के एक्सप्रेशन में हमने फाइंड आउट किया है that we have to, this is the magnitude of the angular momentum, ये फॉर्मूला एंगुलर मोमेंटम का है। यही वैल्यू by using this formula we have to find out the angular momentum of the first particle whose mass is m1। यहाँ पे हमें क्या मिलेगा, L1 is equal to r1 into p1 by putting this value m1 r1 ओमेगा इन सबके बीच में प्रोडक्ट है इनटू r1, फाइनली वी विल गेट यहाँ पे m1 r1 स्क्वायर इनटू ओमेगा। दिस इज द वैल्यू फॉर फर्स्ट पार्टिकल। सिमिलरली वी कैन फाइंड द वैल्यू फॉर रिमेनिंग पार्टिकल्स। जितने सारे बाकी के पार्टिकल्स हैं उनके लिए भी हम वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं। यहाँ पे L1 क्या मिला है हमें, L1 इज इक्वल टू m1 r1 स्क्वायर ओमेगा। Similarly, we can write, हम L2 के लिए लिख सकते हैं L2 is equal to m2 r2 स्क्वायर ओमेगा, L3 is equal to m3 r3 स्क्वायर into ओमेगा। Last, we can write for nth particle Ln is equal to mn rn square into omega। ओमेगा यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट है। ओके, सी वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट द टोटल लिनियर मोमेंटम। n is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 up to Ln। Why? Because here we said the rigid rotating body consists of a n particles who having the masses m1 m2 mn। Okay, these masses are situated at a distance r1 r2 r3 up to rn, is shown in the diagram. Here we are shown the p1 p2 then pn. These are the linear momentum of that masses, linear momentum of that particle who having the masses m1 m2 mn respectively। उसके बाद हमने क्या किया, जो भी कोई बॉडी रोटेट करती है उसके सारे पार्टिकल्स होते हैं वो भी सर्कुलर मोशन में रिवॉल्व करते हैं, उनकी लीनियर वेलोसिटी डिफरेंट होती है, लेकिन फॉर होल बॉडी का एंगुलर वेलोसिटी रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट। सो सबसे पहले हमने v1 के लिए वैल्यू निकाली, v1 is equal to r1 ओमेगा। we know the linear momentum is equal to m into v। फिर हमने फर्स्ट पार्टिकल के लीनियर मोमेंटम की वैल्यू निकाली, p1 is equal to m1 v1 is equal to m1 r1 ओमेगा। Next, we know angular momentum is nothing but it is a product of position vector and linear momentum। इस हिसाब से हमने फर्स्ट पार्टिकल का एंगुलर मोमेंटम निकाला, L1 is equal to m1 r1 स्क्वायर ओमेगा स्क्वायर। ऐसे हमने n पार्टिकल के लिए एंगुलर मोमेंटम की वैल्यू निकाली। अब हमें टोटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम निकालना है बाय पुटिंग दिस वैल्यू m1 r1 स्क्वायर ओमेगा प्लस m2 r2 स्क्वायर ओमेगा। ये सबके बीच में प्रोडक्ट है, दे आर मल्टीप्लाइंग टू ईच अदर। नेक्स्ट वन m3 into r3 स्क्वायर into ओमेगा प्लस अप टू mn rn स्क्वायर into ओमेगा। कॉमन टर्म्स है उनको हम बाहर लेते हैं, n is equal to m1 r1 स्क्वायर प्लस m2 r2 स्क्वायर प्लस m3 r3 स्क्वायर प्लस अप टू mn rn स्क्वायर। These all terms are combined. Omega is a constant, it is outside. यहाँ पे अगर हम देख सकते हैं तो वी नो, हमने ऑलरेडी लर्न किया है, समेशन ऑफ एम आई आर आई स्क्वायर, आई हैविंग लोअर लिमिट 1 अपर लिमिट n, l इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे जो मिलेगा ओमेगा, सो देयरफॉर वी कैन से l इज इक्वल टू r into omega, because this summation of m I r I square who having lower limit 1 up to n, it is nothing but moment of inertia. So here the angular momentum of a rotating body is nothing but the product of moment of inertia and the angular velocity. Here angular velocity is present here, that means the direction of angular momentum is given as the direction of omega by using the right hand rule. It is also in the same direction of omega. The direction of omega is around the axis of rotation. We know the direction of angular displacement, angular velocity is along the axis of rotation. So the direction of the angular momentum is also along the axis of rotation. As a state board, they are asking the question for 3 marks. Formula is important for solving the examples, and they will ask you derive the expression for angular momentum of a rotating body in terms of moment of inertia. Otherwise, derive the expression for angular momentum of a rotation. Such a way, in today's lecture, we completed that. First of all, perpendicular axis theorem. Next one, that angular momentum was there. Angular momentum having the another word is there, moment of linear momentum, and last is there the expression for angular momentum of a rotating body in terms of mi, moment of inertia. I hope you like this video. Please study well. In next lecture we are going to start new point, expression for the